Time is about 3:58 p.m. And I basically left the meeting with a potential sales team member. Her name is Adeze. She kind of likes the vibe and everything. And I like her vibe because she kept on hammering on the fact that she's a hard worker and she really, really likes to work hard. So yesterday, I and my co-founder had a very lengthy discussion regarding the attitude the current sales and marketing team brings to the work, brings to the startup. And first things first, I had to blame myself as as a leader. I should take responsibility for everything. But back to that, one of them said that I talked down on them, that I make them feel less than. Let me see what else was said. Saying that, well, the other one said I rarely give feedback, and then um, basically complaining on behalf of the other one. I don't want to call their names, so I listened to him. And the reason he brought this to me is because he knows fully well that I'm not the type to want to justify any form of bad behavior. So please excuse me. I'm someone who is completely open to being criticized. So we started talking, and I was paying close attention to what he was saying because all I was asking myself in my head was, at what point was I harsh on them? One, two is, at what point can I take responsibility for all of these and look for a solution? Because I'm a firm believer that you cannot solve what you don't think is broken. One, two. You cannot be the one to enforce something when you don't have a sense of responsibility. So I figured that one is that despite the fact that I've been focused more on the product and solving problems around the product that we have not entirely gotten feedback from yet. That is, for example, is I've been working on this making calls through the web browsers, but nobody has ever asked for it. It's just these fancy features I see in my head. And I discovered that lately it's been a form of procrastination, as most people would do it. So it's simple. I told him that, well, the first move I would make is to take responsibility. And and I'm very grateful that he brought this to me because I don't want to be seen as a person who doesn't take correction, who likes his ego stroke all the time, and then basically can't handle criticism, especially from the workers. So okay, then I asked myself, be objective. That is, let's imagine your ego is crushed. You are already on the ground. You are at the lowest point. At what point did I talk down on these people? I have been sincerely trying to wrap my head around that question. I said, okay, no problems. I'll bring it up comfortably, confidently, not in an aggressive manner, in a calm manner, as somebody who really, really wants to change. So that was yesterday. So after today's meeting, I, Anthony, and um, one of the sales lady were on a call. So I did not expect this. Then my partner brought it up with the lady, and she talked about how I make her feel less than, how she has been dragging herself to work just because she will soon be done with her youth service. Then I asked one question. It's okay, fine. You have said what you have said. I take no fault in it. I may have my shortcomings, which Anthony understands. Anthony says that sometimes my body language and tone of voice may be what give me away or may not make it sit well with them. So, although I'm coming to a scenario where I think that I may have gone overboard, but I'm going somewhere, which I think that's the highest I've ever been. But um, I asked her, and I said, "When last did this ever happen? Where I made you feel less than?" She really could not answer that question, and it is something that I know that when it comes to memories that have strong emotions to women, they do not forget. And I said this in a very calm manner, not in a manner that will make her feel threatened. Like I said, in a manner where I feel like I'm at fault and I want to correct it so that moving forward, everybody is on the right track. Trust me, I mean everybody. So I asked her and then I just finished eating and she couldn't answer that question. But I didn't want to say that she's wrong. So I kept on looking. So I remember a situation where I was trying to teach two of them a particular concept, which was around creating content because although I'll get to a valid reason why I think she has some resentment, but she's using me as the smoke screen. Is I was trying to teach them how to create endless content ideas. I tried and tried and tried, but it's either of the things. It's either she's very slow, which kind of like the same thing, or she was absent-minded because I told her, okay, but I can't explain the concept here, but I try to make it as simple as possible. You have two words together. When you join these two words together, so I created a framework around mistakes, quotes, how-tos, lessons, tools, trends. Then on the other side, on the x-axis, I created things like certain topics. So what that means is if you join mistakes and topics together and then maybe customer service, she can create topics like mistakes business owners make in customer service, mistakes customers customers make when they are around businesses or when they feel violated by businesses and things like that. That's just something around. But she kept on missing the point, and I kept on hammering that it is actually not complicated. Try your possible best not to overcomplicate it. That was even about 3 weeks to a month. That was like 3 weeks ago. So I felt like, and I literally tried that, and she didn't get it. So I think we then had a meeting at the office. Everybody was around. So in that meeting, in that very meeting, I tried my best. My partner came in. He gave his own speech. I gave my own speech, and it was almost like they do not get the concept. And I think I'm about to blame artificial intelligence on this problem because we have people outsourcing their thinking to artificial intelligence. And it's not a bigger problem because it's not doing anybody any favors. So yeah, my partner told them the idea of using AI where you have like a context of your prompt and the instructions you want the AI to follow. And what these guys don't understand is they feel they should just slap in some context. I want to create content around this topic, instruction, give me this. I'm like, no. You have to understand the angle of which your content is going to come from. AI will give you, and they kept on complaining of the fact that the artificial intelligence is giving them the same result. No, I said this, hold on. That I can guarantee you this is what AI is doing. If AI has 100 million users, I can guarantee that up to 1 million users are using ChatGPT for content purposes. So see this way. ChatGPT is asked to create content around a topic, maybe customer service or businesses. It creates 50 topics. These 50 topics are pushed out to, are used. Maybe out of them, 10 are used. Out of those 10, they come back. So the AI is feeding from a lot of sources of data. Now, they create an article, it gets some maybe higher ranking in Google. Somebody gets data, scrapes data, feeds it back to the AI. The AI sees that this idea has been used and used more often. So it's also boosting its ranking in its I may be wrong in this, but I'm giving a very huge assumption. It's also giving an extra form of bias to that topic. So now somebody else comes, gives him maybe same 50 topics. Now he picks some topics that are winning. Before you know it, these topics win. They also win on search engine optimization. They also win on social media platforms, which is fed back to AI. So before you know it, those topics are what AI tries to refine for the remaining hundreds of thousands of people. So I told them that you cannot use AI to create topics for you. You have to go out there. And the beautiful thing about creating content is, as you're working on a topic, more topics begin to show up. Which further proves to the point that even the content they are doing is strictly just AI. If you ask them to sit there in my front and create the content, I just feel that they can't do it. Because if you really understand what you're doing, you will not make these mistakes. So I figured, okay, if topic is a problem, let me try my best to remove the excuse of finding topics as a problem. So I created about 40 to 50 content topics, which they've all used by now. Still, they are still using AI to want to create the actual content. Now they have different topics. But what makes it worse is the fact that if they had actually did research on those topics, they would have seen more topics to be able to write about. For example, um, a topic that has to do with maybe giving getting customer feedback. You could also have mistakes in getting customer feedbacks. You could also have tools to get customer feedbacks. How to get customer feedback, what to do with customer feedback. That is because they truly are not researching. They are just going to artificial intelligence to give them something. So I'm just pissed. So I and my partner have come up with an idea that we're going to change the pay structure. Although we won't do this for the new lady, but this is the new structure. We're going to reduce the base fee. Base fee is what they're entitled to with just working the bare minimum. Now, when they hit a milestone, a very low milestone, which is 10 demos in a week, just 10 demos. So of 10 demos, if they make up to 100 to maybe, if they do about 120 to 140 outreach, it is not possible for them to not have up to 10 demos. Even though they keep making mistakes, they will adjust. So I think the next level is that you get paid. Now, to make it beautiful, for every client you sign on board, for every customer who signed on board, you get the first payment that they make. So what that means is, if you get somebody who has, if you get somebody who pays, if you get 10 companies who pay about 10,000 naira, you're looking at give or take about 25,000 naira into your pocket. That is what that means is, so to be fair, so they can get motivated. The bare minimum they get paid the bare fee. They do above the minimum, they get paid a better fee. Mind you, and doing above the minimum, which is that better fees, if it's done right, which is my input has to be at that second layer. If they can do the follow-ups, ensure that he's fully satisfied, that is extra pay for them. And I brought this idea because I figured that it should be a good idea that I think people are selfish and greedy. So if you find a way for them to put in more effort, that is, if their efforts if their efforts are also rewarded, I mean that's the idea of sales commission. Then there might be a concept in their head that says, if I put in 10 times more effort, I should have 10 times more results. As to the common African narrative where regardless of the effort you put in, what you get is fixed. So we're saying no, what you have a base, you do the bare minimum that we ask you to do, you are guaranteed to get the next level. And obviously, by the time if you get the next level, there's also a higher chance you also get to the higher commission level. And that's something that I want to work on. As for the new girl coming in, I'm considering making her the head of distribution, that is sales marketing. But at the same time, I do not want to piss the people who already exist. But like I said, 2 3 months will tell if it's either worth it or not. So thank you very much. See you in the evening. Hi. Time is about 7:50. I have my part. So after my last recording, I stepped out. I no, I I took a nap. And from my nap, I basically just went back to look at my daily tasks for the day. Jumped into a meeting with a client who's having difficulties with his project. So basically, while I was like done resting, I think I was curating some, yeah, basically doing some write ups and all that. Then my partner walked into the office. So he needed to get something to drink. Basically, he needed a lighter. And then we went for a walk. While we were on the walk coming back, we saw these two beautiful girls in the park. Well, it's nice to like see beautiful girls, but my mind just, well, they're beautiful. We are going to get something coming back, so there's no point. But it felt like, and he asked me, have I ever been into the park? I was like, yes, but it's been a while. So it felt like, let's enter. So normally there is a gate fee, but if you're a resident of the community, you enter for free. Apparently, I didn't have an ID card, and when they asked me for it, I was like, well, it's Nigeria. Sometimes I drive without a driver's license. So of all things, why would I get what they call it, a community ID card? So so they could say that these guys were like neatly dressed, well presented, and they kind of got the vibe that we were estate residents. So that's just to feel free and then walk around the park. So I discovered that um my assistant was still at the office, and her phone was off because I was like trying to tell her that when she's leaving, she should please come to give us the key. It's very close to the office. So when I got there, so I kind of realized her phone was off, so I had to leave him so I could come to the office. And by the way, I had these terrible jeans that I don't like wearing out. Apparently, it was what I was wearing already, and I didn't feel comfortable. I, Jesus, hold on, please. That's my inverter making so much noise. I need to work on that. Okay, apparently my inverter has shut down. So Like this is about the first time you're probably seeing my lights go out. So I quickly need to go and purchase some light units, and I'll be back very very soon. Yep. So I'm back. I'm back. So yep. Now you experienced how the interrupted power supply can affect everybody. So by the way, let me look at how much units I got. Okay. So basically, the light tariff has gone through the roof. Now, this is me thinking that my solar system can make me almost independent from them. But after I put a call through to my solar guy, he said he's coming to check it out tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. So yeah. So when I came back, my partner asked me if I was coming back, if I was going back to the park. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? But I asked him, did he approach any of the two ladies? And his response was, well, the one he approached said he wants to be alone. I said, okay, no problems. But he was like, he'll give me the gist when I get there. So we got there. So I got there, I got back. And then we're just having a regular conversation about the office, the staff, and everything. This girl walked up to him and she was like, hoping that we were not talking about her. I mean, it's pretty sick because you rejected him. Like you told him, no, I won't say you rejected him. Basically, he said you want to be alone, which is quite understandable. And he didn't take personal because I trust my guy. He really can't take anything. He can't take such a response personal. But to think that I was there for over 10 minutes and we were voicing out, cracking jokes, laughing, talking about our staff members. But to think we're talking about you for the whole 10 minutes is insane. So I kind of figured she wanted attention. To be very frank, maybe she didn't like his attention, but maybe mine. I can't tell. This is a very big assumption. Because if you had told him you want to be alone, then why care? Why bother? Then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. That don't take it personal. Then obviously I could tell that she was high. She was high. So then I was like, then my partner explained to her what we're discussing, that we run a startup and we're basically talking business. And she's like, oh, I was like, hey, by the way, my name is Livingstone. And what's your name? She's like, oh, nice to meet you. She refused to tell me her name. I was like, at least we were polite and open. So it's of all respect. After all, it was a misunderstanding that brought you here, right? She's like, oh, her name is X, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I think I've met you before. I told her where she stays and she confirmed that was true. And she was like, do I stay there? And she looked and her facial expression was like, huh, we have definitely met before. Because she's in the park and she stays around. Oh, I asked her, do you stay around? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, by the way, my name is Livingstone. And she was like, yeah, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. I'm like, at least courtesy will be like, just tell me your name. Even though it's a fake name, you don't have to be afraid. She was like, oh, she told me her name. And I'm like, we met before. And she's like, so how come I don't know you? And I'm like, well, we did not vibe. And then that was it. And the irony is that this girl we have met several times. But this is the funny aspect. The aspect is that the first time I met, she was vibey. Second time, she acted strange. Like basically almost like I'll say snob. And I felt like fine, it's alright. Maybe she has a man or she has a lot going through her mind because it's fine to not it's okay to not take things to let things get to your head rather. So I did not let it get to my head. Instead, I played it calm I played it cool. Only just for us to get. Okay, sorry. So I'm giving a different story about the same girl. So the second time I saw her, she was a little bit snobbish. She shook my hand in a very rugged manner, and hey, I should not take disrespect from anybody. So the first time I saw her, I basically ignored her. Then she walked up to me and she was like, she's so sorry. Like, hope. Like she walked up to me and was like, why did I snub her and everything? That are we fighting and everything? And I'm like, hey, I dig the vibe that you may probably not see me the same way I see you. So there's no point trying to figure things out. And she's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I was completely zoned out. Like I said, I don't joke with disrespect. So when I saw her today, I was like, yeah, basically, we do not vibe. And that response really hit her hard. She's like, what do you mean by we do not vibe? I was like, there's no problems, no problems. But yeah, nice to meet you. Maybe see you some other time. And then she walked away. So I asked myself is, in my story, you obviously snubbed me. I was not bothered. You approached me and gave an excuse for your snubbing. Now, you told my friend you want to be alone. But later you came back to say you're sorry that he should not read it the wrong way. So I'm wondering, it's like, I think when she sends people away, I feel like she needs that companionship, but I can't I don't want to assume in this case, but why put yourself in a place to be approached? When you're approached, you turn them down. When you turn them down, you have a sense of guilt for turning them down. But I couldn't just wrap my head around it because it happened to me, this same girl with my friend. Like I said, it's not personal. And this was like, by the way, it happened to me 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. So I do not, I'm not bothered basically. And the worst part, so something else happened is I did not recognize her. I could only guess her name. Her name is very unique. So the fact that I couldn't recognize her was because she was way more attractive then. Right now, I don't know. It's almost like she's completely dried up. Her skin is not looking as good and as bright as it used to be. So I don't know. And I told my friend, he was assuming maybe it was the drugs that she's on. But hey, no problems. After all, I don't entirely think anything can happen between the two of us. So just like the last time we saw was 2 years ago, we most likely will never see again because I'm planning to relocate to a different apartments or something. That's how I went. It's a very, very nice experience. And it further proved this idea of me becoming more abundant around women affairs. And something I tell every guy. It's okay. It's okay to tell women no. Like it's very, very okay. It's very, very okay to tell women no. Yeah. I'm very, very proud of that too. Yeah, my partner. We kept on discussing how to move forward because I think like I told him that we are going to take responsibility first. Because you can't change anything until you believe the change is in you're in control. You are in control to make the change happen. And for you to be in control to make the change happen, you have to feel some sense of autonomy or responsibility at least. So we're going to take responsibility for where the startup is right now, and we're going to look for a way to basically make things better. So that's what we're currently on. And it's the fact that we're hammering and we are I think this time around we are serious and we told ourselves that we need a daily stand-up meeting that tells us what did we do to move the needle forward. So what that means is it's going to be a brutal question to checkmate ourselves. And it's going to be a culture where what did you do the day before to move the needle? So everybody is seeing because remember I said yesterday, okay, yesterday I skipped the video. Yesterday, he told me that, yeah, I think I skipped yesterday's video. Yeah. He told me that For every instruction he gave to this lady, she had a rebuttal for it. It was almost like she doesn't want to work, she doesn't care, she's bringing rough attitude to the work. Like, that's the point. So the question now is, what can she really do? That's the real question. What can she really do? And the second person made a comment today, which I was very, very disturbed about. She says we pay her less for the exact same work that the other person does. And I ask myself, hold on. The work some of you claim you're doing is basically a very redundant role, because I have not been aggressive on distribution. I have been having more time on products. So is you are bringing AI content, but the AI content is not striking any chord in anybody. There is no taste to it. There is nothing that makes it speak some kind of volumes or something. Just basically nothing. And in their mind, they are writing content. And the irony of it is that the ideas that I gave to them have finished. And I expect that from the ideas I gave to them, they should be able to make some remix of content. So I really do not know how this is going to go. The new lady says she'll be coming in at the end of the month. She sounds energetic. She sounds interesting. So I'm a firm believer that if you have a goal, the universe conspires to make you achieve that goal. So I luckily have that goal to have 1,000 customers. As after we get to 200 customers, in 3 months, I'm expecting 1,000 customers while we are remaining as lean as possible. As lean as possible. So I really want to jump on the meeting right now with somebody who I'm supposed to be consulting for, because I have a meeting next week. I want to confirm and check if that meeting is still going to hold and everything. So thank you very much. Talk to you soon. I'm back for now. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll be able to have plans to record some videos tomorrow, or 1 or 2 videos, and basically get in this mode of having an idea, throwing on the camera, and dishing my points. So thank you very much. Talk to you soon. I'm bye for now. Hope you're still in the journey of becoming a full stack or well-rounded man.